Perfect. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to face the door. You can be as close to the door as you like, or have a little bit of space depending on how comfortable you feel. I'm going to demonstrate the movements first, and then I'll talk you through them. So I'll demonstrate, and then I'll watch you all do them. So the first one I'm going to do, against the wall, my feet are probably not even a foot space away from the door, so I'll just move it down a little bit so you can see the floor. So my feet are pretty close to the door, but I can't quite fit another foot space between my foot and the door. So relatively close. And then what we're going to do, hands on the door, you're going to reach one arm up as high as it will go, back down, and then the other hand up as high as it will go, and back down. So we're just sliding the hands up and down, up and down. So that's our first one. Our second one is going to be up and over. So our second one is going to be up and over, up and over. So that's our second one. And then our third one is going to be underneath. So it's like a thread the needle. And underneath. Underneath. And underneath. Okay? So the first one, so if you guys want to grab a bit of door, the first one we're going to do is straighten up. And I'm just going to talk you through it. So you just want a door or a little bit of wall space. And you're just going to face the wall. And you're just going to reach your arm up as high as it will go, straight up, and then back down. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a little look at everyone. Perfect. So you're just reaching those arms straight up. Perfect. Is that ceiling a little bit low, Rowena? Oh, lovely. So just reaching those arms straight up. Perfect. Very nice. And straight up. Lovely. So the idea with this one is that you should just feel a nice stretch through the sides of the body. Perfect. Cool. These are really good. And then what we can start to do is add the breathing in with the move. So you can inhale as you reach one arm up, and then exhale as you reach the other arm up. Or you can inhale on the reach and exhale as you come down. So go with however long your breath is, whichever one fits best. So just reaching up and reaching up.
No, thanks, Matt. Thank you.
Cool, lovely. Is that feeling okay for everyone?
Yeah.
Perfect, awesome. Lovely. Cool, very nice. Okay, and now we're going to start to reach over. So we're going to go for that second one. So we're going to reach sort of up and over to the side, up and over to the side. So this is going to give you a deeper stretch into the side of the body, and that should feel quite nice. So these are just different ways of opening up through the back. Lovely. So when we've spoken about 3D movement before, this is just getting 3D movement through your back. Lovely. So the first one we were reaching up was getting extension, and this one's getting extension and lateral flexion. So you should feel nice and tall and open after this. How's this one feeling in your back, Jan? Does this one feel okay in the back? Perfect. Awesome. Cool. Brilliant. Lovely. Very nice. And then once you feel that you've had a really nice stretch in here, what you can do is if you imagine a cat, how a cat would sort of put its fingers or its claws into a carpet and then pull back. What I want you to imagine is as you reach the hand up to the top, I want you to imagine that you're pressing your fingers into the wall or the door, and then you're pulling your body away from it. So it's like the hands kind of trying to grip onto the door, and then you're slightly pulling your body away from it. Like if you imagine that you're trying to scratch the paint off it, that's kind of the sensation. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah.
Perfect, good. So it's kind of like an opposite direction. It's like the hands trying to pull you up, but the body is trying to pull you away. And what it should result in is a nice stretch, or a more intense or a deeper stretch. Perfect. And then when you've had enough of those, feel free, if they feel amazing, feel free to do as many as you like. And then we're going to come under. So we'll come into your thread the needle. So you're going to reach the arm under and then the arm under. And what this one does is it gets rotation. So it gets rotation through your back, through your hips, through your feet.
So are you going up and across, Amy? Sorry, are you going
so
up and across?
Yeah. So that's a more advanced position. So option one is here. So that's
right.
Easier.
Yes.
That way we'll get more of a stretch.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
So if anyone wants to take the other hand higher, that will get more of a stretch and that'll feel really nice. So again, just listen to your body and just do what feels suitable. Lovely. And again, with this one, that hand that reaches under and across, chances are the back of your hand will be touching the wall or the door. What you can do is you can turn the hand the other way and again, claw the hand and pull back. So yeah, just kind of press the fingertips into the wall and just pull the body back and away. And you should get a bit of a stretch between your shoulder blades and your spine. So that kind of upper back between the shoulder blades. So I should get a nice stretch there. Perfect. Very nice. Lovely. Cool. And then whenever you've had enough of those, you can relax there. And then we're just going to check in and see how your backs feel. How does that feel for everyone? Perfect, awesome. And then I'm just going to come back to spotlighting my screen. Okay, cool, perfect. Lovely. So I'll just adjust this now. Okay, cool. And then I'm just going to mute everyone for a minute. Okay, perfect. So now what we're going to do, now that we've got our backs nice and open, we're going to test our yoga moves. So we're just going to stand wherever your feet feel comfortable. And we're going to inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, nice big stretch. And then we're going to exhale and relax the arms down. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale. And relax. And 1 more. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale and relax. Awesome. We'll do 1 more. Inhale, reach the arms up. And we're going to exhale, we're going to fold forwards. Let the head become heavy. And we're just going to check in and just see how that feels. See how that feels in the back of the legs. See how it feels in the feet and the ankles. See how it feels in your lower back. And see how it feels in the upper back. You're going to take a nice long inhale. And we're going to bring the hands up to the shins. Pressing the hands into either the thighs or the shins. And we're going to just pull the chest forward and arch through the back. So in one of the other sessions this week, we were kind of looking at how sometimes the lower back can feel strained or it can feel uncomfortable in the lower back in this position. So we're just checking and seeing how that feels today. And then inhaling. We're going to exhale and fold forwards, just letting everything relax. Let the head become heavy. And then just gently shake the head from side to side. Lovely. And gently nod the head forwards and backwards. Gently shake the head from side to side. And gently nod the head forwards and backwards. Lovely. From that, we're going to take either fingertips to the floor if they reach, if not hands to the shins. And we're just going to gently rock the body weight forwards and backwards. So heels to toes, heels to toes. So just gently rocking that body weight forwards and back. And just allowing yourself to take a nice deep breath in as you do this. And just exhale any tension from the body, any tension that we're holding on to. Just relaxing and letting that go.
And then we'll take a nice long in breath, relax the arms, relax the head, relax the neck. And then we're going to exhale and roll up one by one through each vertebrae. So rolling up one by one. Just rolling up one by one through each vertebrae. Lovely, very nice. And then when you come up to the very top, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up and overhead, nice big stretch. And exhale and relax. Awesome, lovely. We're going to do that again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Nice big stretch. And exhale, fold forwards. Lovely. Inhale, flat back. So if this still doesn't feel comfortable today, feel free to just hold it in a fold. But if the flat back feels good, I'm just going to hold that flat back position for a second. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale and fold. Lovely. Relax there again. Shake the head. And nod the head. And shake the head. And nod the head. And then from that, we're going to take the hands to either the floor or the shins. And we're going to start to bump the hips from side to side. So our right hip goes to the right, the left hip goes to the left. So just bumping those hips from right to left. Very nice. So just taking the right hip to the right and the left hip to the left. And this is just going to stretch out those hamstrings in a slightly different way. And then we'll do 2 more in each direction. Lovely. And relax, taking a nice deep breath in. And exhale as we roll up one by one through each vertebrae. The head comes up last. Rebuilding the spine. Lovely. All the way up to the top. We'll take a nice long inhale. Reach the arms up overhead. And exhale and relax. Awesome. Nice job. We're going to do 1 more of these. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Nice big stretch. If you're starting to feel quite open now through the sides of the body, you can just start to rotate from side to side. Get that nice stretching through the side of the body. Lovely. Perfect. Take a nice long inhale when you're ready. And exhale and fold forwards. Lovely. Perfect. And again, let the head become heavy. Nod the head yes. And then shake the head no. Nod the head yes. And shake the head no. Awesome. From that, we are going to inhale flat back. So last time, again, if the flat back doesn't feel good, feel free to just hold it in a fold. Inhale. And exhale, fold forwards. Lovely. This time we're going to take hold of your elbows and we're going to sway around the feet and the legs. So you'll feel your feet move and respond. So as you're doing this, one foot will start to flatten and the other foot will curl up, and this is exactly what we want. The hamstrings are getting moved in different directions, as are all the bones in the feet and in the lower legs and the upper legs. And we're just getting everything moving. Lovely. When you've had enough there, relax the arms, take a nice long inhale. And exhale as you roll up one by one through each vertebrae. Lovely. Again, the head comes up last. Very nice. At the very top, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale. And relax. Very nice. Awesome. So I'm just going to come back over and just check in and see how everyone's feeling. So I'm going to see if I can unmute you all. Perfect. Okay. How's everyone feeling? How did everyone's lower backs feel doing those?
Good, actually.
Yeah.
That's one of my problems. And it's always very stiff in the morning.
Yeah.
But that felt okay on it. Yeah.
Awesome, brilliant, cool. How did yours feel, Jan? How did your lower back feel?
Yeah, it still strains a little bit on the flat back, but yeah, otherwise great, thank you.
Okay, cool. And everyone else, how was everyone else's lower backs feeling?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, perfect. What we're going to do now is we're going to do 2 different moves that are going to lengthen through the lower back, and we're going to then come back and redo those yoga moves to retest and just see how it feels. So what I'll do is I'll keep you all unmuted, so feel free to ask any questions as we go along through the next 2 moves. The first one's really easy. So this is a very nice unconscious movement where we don't really have to think about what we're doing. What we're going to do is we're going to step 1 foot forward, just a little step. So we did this one on Wednesday. Step forward a little bit, and then we're just going to reach down, letting your knees bend, and just tap the floor back to center. Reach down and tap the floor and back to center. So it's not a lunge, it's just a small step. And what this one does is it just really lengthens all of the tissue in your back. So we're just going to do about 5 of these on each side. Perfect. So you guys keep on going. I'm going to tie up my hair that's annoying me. Perfect, cool. Lovely. So just this nice little step forwards. Just tapping the fingertips to the floor. Perfect. So just a nice little tap. And you should just hopefully feel just that nice little stretch in that lower back. Cool. And 1 more. Lovely. Perfect, very nice. And now what we're going to do is you can use your door or your wall or anything that you can find to put your feet against. So what I'm going to do just for ease is I'm going to use my power plate behind me, but you don't need anything fancy, like a bit of wall will do it. So I'm going to come down to the floor. I'm just going to bring you guys a little bit closer. Okay, perfect. So hopefully you'll be able to see. What we're going to do is this is another one that's really nice for just opening up through that lower back. So I'm going to get my bottom sort of quite close to my wall or my power plate, and I'm going to put my feet on there. And what that means is that my knees are naturally just a little bit closer to my abdomen and my chest than they would be if my feet were just flat on the floor. So we're bringing the legs up, and what that's going to do is it's going to tilt your pelvis. And then all we're going to do from here is just bring one knee into the chest and then the other. So this will be our first move. So I'm just demonstrating at the moment. And then your second move, what we're going to do, I'm going to move my arms out to the side so you can see. I'm going to imagine that I'm rolling all of my lower back on the floor. So some people would imagine that they're peeling their lower back off the floor. I'm imagining that I've got paint on my lower back, and I'm trying to press as much of that paint into the floor as I possibly can. So it's like a rocking of your pelvis. But what you should feel is that your lower back arches when it's relaxed, and it flattens to curl up. You're going to grab your bit of water and watch it again, and just make sure that kind of everyone feels comfortable with what they're doing. You just want a bit of wall, or just anything sofa, basically something that doesn't move, that's relatively sturdy, will be perfect. Oh, I you can see that, Amy. Well, I'll talk you guys through it as we go along. So yeah, you can lie on your bed, you can lie on anything you've got handy. Perfect. So what we're going to do, once you're in that position, you're just going to start by pulling one knee in towards the chest, and then relax. And then the other knee in towards the chest, and relax. Perfect. So hopefully what you should feel as you're doing this is that as the one knee pulls in, your lower back should start to flatten into the surface beneath you. Can everyone feel that?
Yes, yeah.
Perfect, awesome. So in normal traditional Pilates, you'd have your feet on the floor and you'd have to try really, really hard to get that movement. What happens is by lifting the legs up, it naturally gives your lower back a bit of a helping hand. So it just makes it so much easier. Lovely, cool. How's that feeling in your back, Jan? Cool. Sorry.
Sorry, I have to mute it. It's the dog. Yeah, a bit sore actually for me, but if I put my hands underneath, it's okay. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you've got like a blanket or a pillow or something that you can just put underneath to soften, that might help.
I'm on a sort of shaggy rug, so yeah, I'll see if there's anything else. Thank you.
Okay, cool. And then what we'll do next is we'll roll through the vertebrae and then we'll see how that feels. So next one we're going to do, we're going to keep your feet where they are. And so both feet are on your sofa or your wall or whatever you've got handy. And now we're just going to start to roll your lower back, or imagine that you're pushing your lower back into the floor, or that you're trying to paint the wall or the bed, whatever it is with your lower back. It's imagining that you're just trying to, I don't know, I always imagine a grape, and you're trying that you've got a grape between your lower back and the floor, and you're trying to smush the grape into the floor.
Are your feet pressing against the wall when you do that?
How's everyone feeling? Cool. Is that feeling good for everyone, or is that feeling uncomfortable for anyone?
No, fine.
Okay, so we'll just do 2 more of these. And then once you've done these 2 more, we're just going to relax out of that position, and then we'll just shuffle back a little bit just so you've got a bit of space. Okay. So now you've got a little bit of space. What we're going to do is take the arms out to the side. Knees are going to be bent, and we're just going to roll the knees from side to side. So, okay. Perfect. Cool. Lovely. So I'm just going to shuffle over just in case that doesn't make sense for anyone. So arms are going to be nice and wide, feet nice and wide. I'm just going to roll the knees from side to side. So this is just going to ease out the hips, give a little bit more movement to the lower back. And is that feeling okay for everyone? So again, feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions, or you can just give me a thumbs up. So just rolling those knees from side to side. Lovely. Perfect. For anyone, if it feels comfortable to you, you're very welcome to hug the knees into the chest and roll from side to side here. If that feels nice. If it doesn't feel good, feel free to just continue rolling from side to side on the floor. So just listen to your body. Don't do anything that doesn't feel enjoyable. Perfect. And you can just roll from side to side. Just take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Lovely. Awesome. From there, we're going to just stretch the legs out fully. Stretch the arms up overhead. Nice big stretch here. Lovely. And then whenever you're ready to, we're going to roll over and we're going to come up onto all fours. So in our all fours position, again, I've demonstrated, we're going to do our cat-cow. So these are probably moves that most people have done before. This is where you round through your spine and arch under through the spine. So we're just going to come into a few of these. And again, you can let the breath guide the movement. So you can inhale in one direction and exhale in the opposite direction. And you can inhale as you come up, or you can inhale as you come down, or exhale in whichever way feels best. Both will give a different result. So if you inhale as you come up, you're going to be really spreading everything at the back of the body. And then as you exhale, everything will be able to contract really nicely and squeeze. As you inhale coming up, that will spread the back. And exhaling coming down, you feel that everything can squeeze and contract nicely. Alternatively, you can try inhaling here. And that will come more into the front of the chest and the abdomen. And then you can exhale as you come up. And as you exhale as you come up, what that will mean is that you can squeeze everything a little bit tighter here with the exhale. Inhaling, coming down. And that will open up through the chest and the abdomen. And exhale as you come up. You'll be able to just crunch everything a little bit tighter. Lovely. So we'll just do 2 more of these, whichever way feels better for you. Lovely. Very nice. Awesome. And then from there, we're going to take those moves that we did earlier on the wall, and we're going to do them on the floor. So the first one we're going to do is on all fours. We're going to reach one hand just as far forwards as it will go. And again, taking that kind of cat claw, we're going to claw the floor and just pull your hips back. Bring the hand back. Take the other arm forward again, claw the floor and pull the hips back, and you get a really nice stretch in the upper back. The hand comes forwards and claw the floor. I'm just going to move my camera a little bit and take the hand forward and claw the floor. Lovely. Perfect. So your hand comes forward and we claw and pull back. And the other hand comes forward and we claw and pull back. Lovely. So in this position, you have 2 different sensations that you can feel. So one is that you can feel your shoulder blade kind of popping out. The other is that you can pull your body in slightly and feel your shoulder blade move back in. So you can just have a little play with that. So let the shoulder blade kind of relax out to the side. And then by pulling yourself forwards, you'll feel it kind of pull back in. We'll do 1 more of these on each side. And the other side. Perfect. Very nice. Next up, we're going to come around and across. So instead of just coming forwards, we're going to come around and pull back. And back to center. Around and pull back. Lovely. Around and pull. And around and pull. Very nice. We'll do a couple more of these on each side. Feel free, if it feels really nice, to just take a few breaths here. Some people really like coming into a child's pose position here and just breathing. So just listen to your body. So just do what feels good. Lovely. And we'll do the same on the other side. Lovely. Do 1 more in each side. And again, if this one feels really, really nice, and you could do this all day, feel free to. This is your session. Perfect. If you're ready for the next one we're going to do is we've got 2 options. So our first option, we're just going to reach the hand under. And what you're going to do is keep this standing arm straight. And you're just going to reach that arm under as far as you can, keeping the arm straight.
And then reach the other arm under as far as you can, keeping the arm straight. And you should feel a bit of a stretch between the shoulder blades with this one. And then again, what you can do is take your fingertips, press them into the floor, and pull away so both arms are straight. And the same on the other side, underneath. Pull back on that underneath arm, the crossed underarm, and get that nice stretch. Lovely. We'll do a couple more of those on each side. So you should be feeling that nice opening between the shoulder blades. Lovely. And then when that feels quite comfortable, you can start to take it a little bit deeper. So now, instead of just taking it here, you can start to take it under and let that top arm bend. And eventually you'll be able to bring your temple down to the floor. And again, you can either hold it here for a breath or two. Or you can just gently glide in and out of each side. So some people prefer to move in and out of it, and some people prefer to sit in it for a little while. And that will depend on how comfortable it feels. If it feels really uncomfortable, you'll be less likely to want to stay in it. And if it feels really comfortable, it's just because this movement feels quite safe and comfortable for your body. So again, just listen to your body. Cool, I'm just going to watch you guys for a moment. Cool, if you feel really good. Perfect. Very nice. Lovely. Perfect. Cool, you can relax there. We're going to come back into your cat-cow. I'm just going to see if that feels any different now. So just go around, forward spine, and arch under, and around through, and arch under. So just retesting that and just seeing if it feels like it has any more movement available to it. And it's quite nice when you're rounded up to just rock forwards and backwards a few times. Lovely. And this is just going to get your knees moving, get your hips moving. Lovely. And we've spoken a lot about the feet. So what you tend to find in this position is that your toes tend to be pointed. So sort of just stretch out through the top of the feet. So that may be uncomfortable for people's feet, just because we're used to normally having our toes tucked under. So if it does feel uncomfortable, you can tuck your toes under and just rock forwards and backwards. And then we'll do the opposite. We're going to round under, so we'll lift up. And again, we'll just rock forwards and backwards here. Just as it feels comfortable. Again, feel free to tuck the toes under if it doesn't feel good. Lovely. Perfect. And then from there, we've been doing this kind of rounding and arching. We're now going to change the movement, so we're going to push the ribs out to the side. So what I'm imagining is that my right shoulder and my right hip are coming towards each other, and then they're moving away from each other. They're coming towards each other, and then they're moving away from each other. And we're going to come front on as well, and just so you've got different options. So I'm just kind of moving my rib cage from side to side. Or it kind of looks like a dog kind of wagging its tail, but it's my hips and my shoulders that are moving to get this movement. So if I come out this way, it would be kind of like that, almost like this kind of side crunching motion. I'll just do a few of these in each direction. And you should feel a bit of a squeeze in one side of the body and a lengthening in the other. Perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take it into a more complicated movement. And so the idea is it should be enjoyable, but it takes a little bit of practice to get there. We are going to push your back up towards the sky. And then we're going to take the right side of your rib cage and push it to the left, as if you're squeezing your left shoulder and your left hip together. And then you're going to arch under. So the lower back goes down, the belly goes down, and then we're going to push your right shoulder to your right hip together. So the left side of the ribs goes out to the left. And I'm going to push up to the sky. So the ribs are going to go to the right. The ribs are going to come down. The ribs are going to come to the left. And then the back and the ribs are going to come up to the sky. It's almost like a north, east, south, west movement through your back or your torso. Whichever one helps you to sort of visualize the movement more. So it's north, east, south, west, or northwest, southeast. However you see it, or 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock on a clock face. And the idea is that we're just going to kind of practice through this north, east, south, west. And then as it starts to feel more comfortable, we're going to start to circle around through. So I don't know if this is the best angle for you to see, but I'm just circling through. So it's like we're softening the edges. So what most of us do when we think of a circle is we go this way, which is perfect. That's still really good. That will mobilize the wrists. What we're doing this way is we're getting your spine to move more, and all of those stomach muscles will be naturally contracting and lengthening as we go through different aspects of the movement. Lovely. How's everyone finding this one? It's a little bit challenging. And then when you've had enough, we're going to go in the opposite direction. So now we're going to push the back up to the sky. And instead of going rib cage to the right, we're going to go rib cage to the left. Lower back down to the floor, rib cage down. Rib cage to the right. Back up to the sky. Ribs to the left. Stomach down towards the ground. Ribs to the right. Back up to the sky. And then as that starts to feel comfortable, we're going to start to circle through. So this is the opposite way. So what we tend to find is with any movement we do, so the opposite way normally feels either a little bit uncomfortable or not quite as natural, and that's fine. I'm going to come front ways on as well. I don't know if this is going to help at all. But front ways on is going to look like that. So I always imagine that it's like my belly button is trying to draw a circle. Cool. I'm just going to come over and unmute everyone. And let me know if you've got any issues with this. Okay. So I'm just unmuting everyone. How's everyone getting on with this one?
It's okay if I'm doing it right.
It's definitely one that takes a little bit of practice. It's kind of, it's one of those ones that once you've done it for maybe 6 or 8 weeks, you're like, yeah, I really like this one. Like stuff that we feel we're good at. So as we feel like we're kind of executing it better, we tend to like it more.
Yeah.
Cool. Was that feeling okay for everyone or uncomfortable for anyone?
Oh, okay. I tried just listening to you to begin with, and got a bit confused. But once I saw what you were doing with that circle bit, that made sense.
Awesome.
And that was.
So it's kind of like a movement. If you were set up right, would be more like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Which again, like this movement, if everyone wants to just give that a little go, either standing or seated, and honestly, like I will say, I've practiced this a lot. So if it looks easy, it's not a fluke. Like I've really tried. So it's like this kind of circling of the body. So it's almost like the chest comes forward. So you extend ribs to the side. Or it's kind of like a compressing and lengthening. So I think in dancing they call it a chest roll. So it's like you're kind of rolling through the chest. So it's a bit of a weird one, but it's really nice for the back and the spine. And it's nice to just have access to all of these movements. And what I say is just keep on practicing it. And, you know, if it makes you laugh because you feel silly, great. Like it's good for our immune systems to laugh. And then we're doing it the opposite way. So we'll have a go at chest rolling the weird way. So the way you can kind of, I don't know, I always like the visualization of like proud peacock, shy. So going sort of proud to a bit shy, proud to a bit shy. Just that kind of rolling. And yeah, it's a really weird one. It's one that we kind of don't really like to look at ourselves in the mirror doing. It's kind of, yeah, it's one of those things that looks really cool on like dancers, but that movement is just kind of, it's just a different way of getting the spine moving so that the body's had access to different types of movement. And it's also really good for those stomach muscles where they work unconsciously. Okay, perfect. What we'll do now is we'll just retry. So if you come down to all fours, we'll just retry that rolling now that we've done that weird sort of dancer's chest roll. And then you may want to imagine that, you know, there's a really good song on and it's sort of making you want to move a little bit. And, yeah, so you can kind of imagine that you're a bit kind of loose, or imagine that you've had a drink and you're feeling a little bit less concerned about what your body's doing. Cool. Very nice. Lovely. Cool. Good. Perfect. Very nice. Lovely. Okay, cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come into something completely different. So again, I'm just going to move my screen. So, yeah, perfect. So what we're going to do now is something that is less confusing. So we're going to take one foot in front, one knee on the floor. We're going to bring both hands inside. And then we're going to open up through the foot, so you're looking underneath the foot. Pop the foot back down. And then we're going to start to straighten this front leg. So you'll probably find it won't fully straighten. And that's going to reach back as far as you can. And then we're going to come forwards, open up through the foot, pop the foot back down and pull back. And I'm just going to change my angle, just so you can see it from different angles. So this way is face on. My foot opens up to the side, my leg opens up to the side. And then I pull my body back. Rocking forwards, opening up, popping it back down, pulling back. And again, I'll just come from this side so you can see with that leg in front. My foot opens, it comes back down. I'm just straightening that front leg. And this will become this kind of boring story every time we do this, but it honestly took me about 6 months to be able to get my front leg straight, if not a year. So I actually kind of felt that structurally it was impossible to get your legs straight from here until one day it became straight. But this was just from practicing this move every single day. And I'm not saying that you have to practice it every single day, but it was just that I'd learned this as part of a warm-up. So this is something that I was just giving clients every single day as a warm-up. So I do it with them, and eventually the leg finally became straight. The goal isn't that it becomes straight, it's just that we're taking the knee from bent to straighter, and then bending it again and opening up. Cool. And then we'll switch over to the other side. So again, other leg in front, hands inside. You can go palms flat on the floor or up on the fingertips, whichever feels better for you. And rolling open and opening up and straightening the leg. It's quite a good angle here. You can see the reflection in the mirror as well. Lovely. So just opening up and straightening. So this is just a really nice move to open up through your hips. It's also going to stretch out your back. It's also going to strengthen your hands and your wrists as well. So for all of these different sort of plank positions that are like super popular in sort of the fitness industry at the moment, and yoga, all these positions where the hands are on the floor. I think these few different positions where the hands are on the floor, but we are not putting
sort of as much body weight through them. These are just going to help to get everything feeling a bit stronger here. Perfect. Lovely. And you can relax that. Perfect. We're going to come up to standing. And then all you need is a chair or something that you can sit on. I'll use my power plate today. So we're going to really do those kind of chest rolling movements. We're going to have a group doing them seated. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit on the I'm just going to imagine that you're circling. If that feels weird and you can't get it, part of your kind of tucking everything around towards the hips, and then roll around, and and just going to have it popping around. So just rounding and extending, cool. These are really good. Lovely, very nice. Okay, perfect. So this rounding and extending that we're doing, this is, you know, a big part of that kind of circular motion. All we have to do is meet this position with this position without going sort of straight through. So we're going to bring the chest forward, and then I want you to imagine that you're bringing your right shoulder down to your right hip, and then we're going to round. And then left shoulder to left hip, and then extend. Right shoulder to right hip, and round. Left shoulder to left hip, and extend. Right shoulder to left hip, right shoulder to right hip, round. Left shoulder to left hip, and extend. Right shoulder to right hip, and round. Left shoulder to left hip, and extend. So we're going to see if we can smooth that up a little bit. So right shoulder to right hip, round, left shoulder to left hip, and extend. Right to right, round, left to left, and extend. Right shoulder comes down, round, left shoulder comes down, extend. And we're just going to really nicely and slowly go through these. And this is basically that nice circular motion that we were doing on all fours. So exactly the same position, but we're just doing the seated. Is that starting to feel a little bit easier for people now? And then we're going to have a go doing it in the opposite direction. So we're going to pull the chest forward and extend. We're going to bring the left shoulder down. We're going to round through the back. Right shoulder down and extend. Left shoulder down and round. Right shoulder down and extend. Left down and round. Right down and extend. We'll do two more. Lovely. And left down, round, right down and extend. And then we'll just have a little bit of a play here and just see if you can just take that round in your own movement and see if that feels a little bit more natural now that we've practiced it a little bit. Again, feel free to unmute yourselves if you've got any questions at all. So just rounding through. Awesome, very nice. And now what we're going to do is you're going to take your right elbow and just rest it on your right shin or right knee or right thigh. So right leg. We're going to take the left hand and we're going to reach it down towards the floor and then bring the left arm up. So left hand comes down to the floor, left elbow comes up. So this is similar to turning on a lawnmower. So kind of pulling the cord. Lovely. So just reaching down and up. And just notice how this movement feels. So we've done this movement a few times now in these classes. And just see if that feels any more open for having done those round circular motions. So that definitely feels more open for having done those. It may or it may not. And what it does is it just gives us a really nice indication of the movements that kind of open us up, or the movements that we're already feeling pretty good in. Okay, we do 2 more. And 1 more. Perfect. And then we'll switch over. We'll go other elbow to the other thigh. And then reach the hand down. So right elbow comes up and right hand comes down. So what this is doing is it's just opening up. We call it a type 1 movement. So it's because we have 1 right and 1 left motion. So this one we are left laterally flexed and we're rotating to the right. So that's the technical stuff that you may be really interested in or may not be interested in at all. Either way is fine. But what this does is it just lengthens our spine in one way and flexes our spine in the other. So again, we're just getting all of these different motions that when you look at other different types of sports or other types of Pilates or yoga, you don't necessarily always get all of these positions every class. So this one's a really nice one for just opening up through the chest. So it's a great one for posture. It's really nice for posture, really nice for your back and shoulders. Lovely. Perfect, very nice. And then we're just going to take the right hand and we're going to reach it back and down to the right. And then the left hand back and down to the left. So depending on what you're sat on, you can either reach back and around behind you, back and around behind you, or you can just reach the hand behind and sort of drop your body down a little bit and that'll get the same movement. Lovely. Or if you're on a kind of fixed chair with not much space back here, you could take your elbow down to your hip and your elbow down to your hip. So what this will do is it's going to get your core muscles working. So you're going to feel your obliques and you just feel the different muscles working with that nice little rotation slightly behind you. So you can visualize being on your car and you're trying to look in the back seat. So that's kind of the motion we're going for. Looking back behind, so a couple more in each direction. So either elbows or hands, whichever feels most comfortable for you today with whatever you're sat on. Perfect. Lovely. You can relax there. And then we're just going to really test this circular motion that I'm sure everyone's fed up with now. So we're going to hands on the knees again. Pull the chest forwards, bring right shoulder down, round the back, left shoulder down, chest forwards, right shoulder down, round, left shoulder down, extend, right shoulder down, round, left shoulder down, extend, and then the other way. So go right shoulder down, round, left shoulder down, and extend. Yep, right shoulder down, round, left shoulder down and extend, and one more. Right down, round, left down and extend. Perfect. Very nice. Awesome. Now what we're going to do is we're going to retest those yoga movements that we did at the beginning, and we just want to see if they feel any easier. So I'm going to stand wherever you feel comfortable and take a nice long inhale. And just exhale and let it go. When you're we're going to inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Stretch. And exhale and fold forwards. Take a nice deep breath in here. And exhale. And inhale, flat back. And again, we're just checking to see how that feels. Does it feel any easier? Does it not? Now exhale and fold. Lovely, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale and roll up one by one for each vertebrae. Lovely. Inhale, reach the arms up at the top. And exhale. Perfect. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale, roll up one by one for each vertebrae. Head comes up last. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. And exhale, relax the arms. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Lovely. Inhale. And exhale, roll up one by one for each vertebrae. Head comes up last. Lovely. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale and relax. Lovely. Perfect. I'm just going to stand here for a moment. Just feel the feet on the ground. And just feel the feet connecting with the floor. Feel the toes on the floor. Feel the balls of the feet on the floor. Feel the heels on the floor. And just feel that weight evenly spreading through your feet. Become aware of your calves and your shins. Become aware of your knees. Become aware of your thighs. Become aware of your hips. Become aware of your bottom. Become aware of your abdomen. Your lower back, your upper back, your chest, your shoulders. Become aware of the whole of the right arm. Become aware of the whole of the left arm. Become aware of the right hand. Become aware of the left hand. Become aware of the front of the neck. Become aware of the back of the neck. Become aware of the side of the neck on the right and the side of the neck on the left. Become aware of your mouth. Become aware of your jaw. Become aware of your right cheek. Become aware of your left cheek. Become aware of your nose. Become aware of your right eye. Become aware of your left eye. Become aware of the right eyebrow. Become aware of the left eyebrow. Become aware of the forehead. Become aware of the right temple. And become aware of the left temple. Become aware of the entire scalp. Become aware of the right ear. Become aware of the left ear. And let your lips curl up into a nice big smile. Bring the palms together in front of the heart. And just allow yourself to feel really, truly grateful for taking this time for yourself today. There's so much going on at the moment. It would have been very easy not to have come today, but you did. You made some time for yourself. You tried some new movements that the body will have to respond to. Those muscles will have to respond to, they have to strengthen to, because that's how the body works. When your bones move, your muscles respond to the movements. So lots of muscles would have done lots of different things today. And just feel really, really grateful that they all do it unconsciously and you don't have to consciously think of it. They just work. Like our entire digestive system does, like our nervous system does, like our nerves do. How our breath naturally moves in and out of the body. Just take a moment to feel really, really grateful for this body that we live in. And when you're ready to, you can open your eyes. Awesome. Well done, guys. How's everyone feeling?
That was lovely, Amy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, I really enjoyed that. really good stretching, and yeah, body feeling much better now.
Fantastic. Awesome.
Mm.
That was great, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you for coming, Kieran.
I really enjoyed that session.
Awesome, cool. Well, what I'll do is I'll pop it up on YouTube. If I'm a little bit forgetful, so if anyone wants the link, just message me and say, "Can I have the link?" And then I'll see the message and I'll send the link over. So yeah, feel free to pester me for stuff.
Super.
Thank
you.
Thank you. We've got another session tomorrow at 9:30, so it'll be a little bit different again. But yeah, we'll be here at 9:30 if anyone wants to join in.
Hey, okay. Thanks, Amy. I'll be in touch.
Oh, awesome. Have a lovely day, Rowena. Lovely to see you.
Thank you. And you. You have a good day as well.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a lovely day, Kieran. Take care.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wendy and Jen, how are you guys feeling? Oh, I'll just unmute you, Wendy.
Sorry.
You are unmuted. I can hear you now.
Hey! No, just to say I really enjoyed that one. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Cool. I think it's just nice to try different things and play with different things.
Yeah, I'm amazed how well I'm managing to cope with it. I'm loving it. I've never found anything that I've been able to return to and not feel completely wiped out. So I'm absolutely loving it. Thank you.
Amazing. That's awesome. I'm really pleased. The feeling
Yes.
is that if you breathe and you make it unstressful, that your nervous system relax.
Yeah,
That's right.
honestly, I'm loving it. Thank you. I wanted to ask one quick question, actually. Jan will laugh at this. I know she will. You know the old bingo wings?
Yeah.
Can you give me a couple of exercises for those? Because I don't know what to do. And
so I think the safest ones to do for those would be to get a couple of 2 tins of baked beans.
Yeah.
Or just something quite light. And so basically, there's lots of different ways, but basically the triceps, the back of the arm, they work by extending the arm. So if you take your arm out so that your thumb's down, pop your other hand behind, bend the arm and then extend, you should start to feel those muscles reacting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the movement that gets them. So there's probably the 2 safest ways of getting them would be, I just grabbed 2 weights and I'll demonstrate.
Thank you. Are you all right, Jan?
Yes, good. Thanks, Wendy. You?
Good. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
So one option is that what you want to do is lean forwards a little bit and you look at the floor. And then what you do is you hold the weight. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to push your arms back behind you. And what you're going to do is you're going to look down at the floor because that will help your neck to relax and it won't take over.
Okay.
So that's one way of getting them.
Yeah.
The way is you can literally just stand up and just push it behind you. But that might get a little bit uncomfortable in the shoulder because it's quite an extended position on the shoulder. So that little lean forward, like you're skiing, head tucked, that will just feel most comfortable. I've literally got 1 kilo weights and I can feel those working.
Brilliant. Thank you.
My pleasure. And then the other option is, it's called a skull crusher, which is for obvious reasons. And what you're going to do is lie down, the weights come overhead. You avoid hitting yourself on the head with them. And you just let them come either side of the head and back up. Either side of the head and back up.
Oh, brilliant.
So that one you can do.
Okay.
And the other
That's
one.
great.
So those are
Perfect.
what I think would be the safest ways of doing them. And you could do those every day.
No, that's awesome. Thank you.
Pleasure. But yeah, you could do those every day.
That's brilliant.
And you should see a difference as well.
Okay, that's lovely. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Well, and how's your back feeling, Jan?